Chosen one, listen closely, because what you're experiencing right now is no accident. Every trial, every delay, every moment where the world misunderstood you or turned away from you has been part of a divine preparation that only Allah sees. You have been tested, not to break you, but to strengthen you, to purify your heart, and to ready you for a reality far greater than you can imagine. This is the final test before Allah opens everything before doors of unimaginable blessings, honor, and purpose are unveiled for you. Today, we will explore 10 powerful lessons that will illuminate your path, remind you of your true status, and prepare you to receive what Allah has already written for you. Chosen one, understand this truth with your heart. Every trial, every challenge, every moment of hardship that has come into your life is not a punishment, it is a divine selection process. Allah does not test the ordinary with extraordinary trials. He reserves these profound challenges for those whom He has chosen for greatness. Every sleepless night, every tear you shed in secret, every time you were misunderstood, rejected, or betrayed has been a deliberate preparation, shaping your soul for the immense responsibilities and blessings that lie ahead. These trials are the fire that refines your faith, the storm that strengthens your resilience, and the weight that awakens your hidden potential. They are not meant to break you, but to prove to yourself and to the universe that you are capable of standing firm when everything else seems to crumble. The people who falter under hardship were never meant for this path. The chosen ones endure, they persevere, and they emerge stronger, wiser, and closer to Allah with each test. Know that the obstacles in your life are not signs of weakness. They are proof of your selection, a mark of Allah's trust in you, and a confirmation that you are destined to carry a light that few can bear. Every closed door, every moment of solitude, every disappointment has been meticulously placed to elevate you above the ordinary, to prepare you to receive divine favor that will astonish not just the world, but even those who doubted your potential. So when the pain feels overwhelming, when the trials feel endless, remember, Allah is not just testing you, He is confirming your status as one of His chosen ones, and these very trials are the proof that what is coming for you is far greater than anything you have imagined, a reward so profound that it will honor every sacrifice, every struggle, and every tear you have shed in silence. Chosen one, hear this and let it settle deeply in your heart. Patience is not just waiting, it is the most powerful weapon in the hands of Allah's selected servants. Every moment that feels like delay, every period of uncertainty, every situation where your heart longs for relief but nothing seems to change, is the very training ground where patience is forged into a weapon stronger than anything the world can challenge you with. Allah tests your ability to remain steadfast, to trust Him even when the path is hidden, and to surrender fully to His wisdom, knowing that what is delayed is not denied, and what is postponed is being prepared with perfection. The chosen ones understand that impatience is the enemy of progress, and that rushing ahead without divine timing can undo what Allah has carefully planned. Your patience is more than endurance. It is an active, conscious submission to Allah's will, a declaration that you trust His timing more than your own desires, and a shield that protects your heart from despair, doubt, and distraction. Every trial you face while exercising patience is a reminder that Allah is sculpting your character, refining your soul, and aligning your circumstances to meet the greatness He has written for you. The moments of waiting are not meaningless. They are sacred, they are transformative, and they are equipping you to receive blessings that cannot arrive any sooner, because your heart must first be ready to carry them. Understand this: the patient are the powerful, the steadfast are the victorious, and those who master patience become the unstoppable force through which Allah manifests His will. So when the nights feel long, when your prayers seem unanswered, when the world tests your resolve, remember that patience is your weapon, your armor, and your gateway to the breakthroughs that are waiting just beyond the horizon. And it is this very patience that will define you as one of Allah's true chosen ones. Chosen one, understand this truth with absolute clarity. The purity of your heart is the ultimate currency that attracts Allah's favor, the unseen force that transforms ordinary efforts into extraordinary outcomes, and the divine magnet that draws blessings even when the world turns against you. Your intentions, your sincerity, and the hidden struggles of your soul matter far more than what anyone else can see or acknowledge. Every act of devotion done in secrecy, every sacrifice made without recognition, every patience-filled moment without applause is recorded by Allah and honored in ways that surpass human comprehension. The chosen ones know that it is not wealth, status, or worldly validation that marks divine selection, but the steadfastness of the heart, the sincerity of action, and the purity of intentions. A heart untainted by envy, pride, or desire for worldly praise becomes a vessel for divine favor, and every prayer, every act of kindness, every struggle endured with a humble spirit is amplified beyond measure. Even when people misunderstand you, judge you, or reject you, your heart remains a sacred sanctuary, and it is within this sanctity that Allah places treasures, guidance, and elevation that cannot be shaken by the trials of life. The world may offer shortcuts, recognition, or fleeting satisfaction, but the chosen ones understand that true honor comes from the unseen approval of Allah, and it is this unseen favor that sustains, protects, and elevates them above challenges, enemies, and delays. So guard your heart, purify your intentions, and let your actions stem from devotion rather than desire, because the purity of your heart is not only the measure of your faith, it is the key that unlocks divine favor, the bridge that carries you from trials to triumph, and the secret through which Allah prepares to open the doors of blessings that you never imagined possible. Chosen one, understand this deeply. The moments when you feel distant, isolated, or alienated from the people around you are not coincidences, and they are not punishments. What feels like solitude, what feels like rejection or being overlooked, is actually one of Allah's most profound blessings in disguise. Allah has separated you from certain friendships, opportunities, and comforts, not to hurt you, but to protect your soul, refine your heart, and prepare you for a level of spiritual clarity and strength that only those truly chosen can experience. The world may not recognize your worth. It may misinterpret your silence. It may even judge your choices harshly. But these external misunderstandings are insignificant compared to the divine wisdom at work behind the scenes. When you are distanced from worldly distractions, from toxic attachments, from people who cannot see your potential, your heart begins to focus on what truly matters: your connection with Allah, your sincerity in actions, and the cultivation of inner wisdom that is impossible to achieve amidst chaos and dependency on human validation. The chosen ones feel this separation most acutely because they are more sensitive to truth, more aware of their purpose, and more aligned with the subtle whispers of divine guidance. Each closed door, every fading relationship, every opportunity that seems to pass you by, and every moment of feeling unseen or misunderstood is not a sign that you are less, but rather a sign that Allah is shielding you from distractions, pitfalls, and paths that are not aligned with your destiny. Your solitude allows you to grow in patience when the world rushes, in humility when pride tempts, in resilience when adversity attacks, and in insight when ignorance surrounds you. It is in this sacred separation that your character is molded, your faith strengthened, and your clarity sharpened, preparing you for the immense responsibilities and blessings that await. The chosen ones understand that the world may label them as outsiders, strange, or even cursed, but they know that their separation is a divine honor, a preparation for a reality far greater than anything ordinary people can comprehend. In solitude, your prayers are purer, your intentions are clearer, and your heart becomes a sanctuary of devotion and trust in Allah, untainted by the opinions, expectations, or approval of anyone else. Every lonely night becomes a workshop for patience, every quiet moment a classroom for spiritual growth, and every challenge faced alone a testament to your resilience and readiness for divine elevation. Embrace this separation with gratitude, for it is shaping you into a vessel capable of carrying blessings, influence, and purpose that the ordinary could never bear. Know this: Allah's wisdom is absolute, and He separates those He loves to prepare them for the extraordinary. Being apart from the world is not a punishment, it is a blessing, it is protection, and it is preparation for the moment when your light will shine, your purpose will unfold, and the doors of destiny will open in ways beyond your imagination. What feels like loneliness today is the soil in which your greatness is growing, and what feels like isolation is the crucible in which Allah's chosen ones are made ready for their divine mission. Chosen one, understand this with every fiber of your being. The struggles you face, the challenges that leave you exhausted, the moments when the world seems heavy on your shoulders, are not signs of weakness or punishment. They are the very forge in which Allah is preparing you for extraordinary power. Every obstacle you encounter, every difficulty that tests your patience, every betrayal, setback, or moment of heartache is a deliberate design from Allah to awaken strength within you that the ordinary will never know. The chosen ones are not meant for ease, for comfort, or for paths that require nothing from the soul. They are meant to endure, to rise, and to emerge with resilience, wisdom, and spiritual authority that can only be achieved through profound struggle. The pain you feel is not random. It is a signal that your potential is being stretched, your faith is being refined, and your character is being forged into a vessel capable of carrying immense blessings, responsibilities, and divine purpose. The world may look at you and see only hardship, but Allah sees the hidden power being cultivated within your heart, the courage being awakened in your spirit, and the capacity for leadership, influence, and divine service that is being prepared silently, meticulously, and intentionally. Every sleepless night, every tear shed in secret, every trial endured without recognition or reward is a deposit of strength, wisdom, and resilience being added to your soul. The chosen ones understand that struggle is not the enemy, it is the mentor, the teacher, and the preparatory ground for greatness. Your challenges are shaping you to handle the weight of responsibilities that will come when Allah opens the doors to your destiny, preparing you for influence, impact, and honor that ordinary people cannot carry. Know this: what feels overwhelming today is actually evidence that Allah trusts you with more than you realize. It is proof that you are being prepared for a level of power, spiritual authority, and divine favor that few will ever witness. The setbacks are not failures, they are lessons. The delays are not denials, they are refinements. And the opposition is not against you. It is a test to awaken the leader, the guide, and the warrior within your soul. Do not despise the struggle, do not resent the pain, and do not doubt the journey. For the fire that tests you is the same fire that will illuminate your path, strengthen your heart, and reveal the power that Allah has already written for you. Embrace your struggle as a sacred preparation, a divine appointment with greatness, and a signal that the power you seek is already being cultivated within you. Remember, chosen one, the world cannot give you what struggle is preparing you for. Envy cannot diminish it, and opposition cannot stop it. What you are enduring now is not the end of your story. It is the secret beginning of a level of influence, blessing, and divine power that will leave the world in awe and confirm to all, even those who doubted you, that Allah's chosen ones are never ordinary, never weak, and never forsaken. Chosen one, understand this truth with the deepest part of your heart. The silence that surrounds you, the quiet moments when the world seems unaware of your presence, and the stillness that feels like emptiness, are not signs of insignificance or abandonment. They are indicators of a divine strategy unfolding within your life. Allah often chooses to silence the chosen ones in the outer world because He is speaking to them in ways that cannot be interrupted, in ways that the ordinary cannot perceive. This silence is not a void, it is a sanctuary, a preparation ground, and a sacred classroom where the seeds of greatness, wisdom, and spiritual insight are being sown. When people fail to recognize your value, when voices of doubt, jealousy, or criticism surround you, and when it seems like your efforts go unnoticed, know that Allah is not distant. He is meticulously crafting a reality that will reveal your significance in ways beyond imagination. The chosen ones understand that words are not always necessary, recognition is not always immediate, and validation from the world is not the measure of their worth. Silence, in fact, is a divine blessing, a strategic pause that allows your intentions to align, your character to be perfected, and your purpose to crystallize. It is during these silent moments that your faith is strengthened, your patience is tested, and your focus is sharpened, preparing you to act at the perfect moment with precision, wisdom, and authority. The world may interpret your quiet as weakness, your stillness as inaction, and your absence from the noise as insignificance, but these judgments could not be further from the truth. Every moment of silence is an investment in your future impact, a divine rehearsal for the responsibilities that await you, and a secret training ground where Allah is shaping your spiritual vision, emotional resilience, and intellectual clarity. In these times, the chosen ones learn to observe without distraction, to listen without interruption, and to act only when the timing is perfect, understanding that impulsive speech, hasty decisions, or reliance on worldly applause could disrupt the divine orchestration at work in their lives. Silence also shields you from harm, envy, and spiritual contamination, allowing your energy to remain intact for the moment when Allah calls you to move, speak, or step into the destiny He has prepared. It is in this silence that divine wisdom speaks the loudest, that your soul gains insights that cannot be taught by books or people, and that the hidden guidance of Allah becomes unmistakably clear. The chosen ones recognize that every period of stillness is purposeful, every quiet season is intentional, and every delay in recognition is not a punishment, but a blessing designed to perfect their hearts, clarify their intentions, and prepare them for impact. You are being strategically positioned, your timing is being perfected, and your readiness is being sharpened so that when the moment arrives to step forward, you do so with unmatched precision, authority, and grace, leaving no doubt that Allah's plan is flawless and that the chosen ones are always in control of the divine narrative written for them. So do not fear silence, do not resent stillness, and do not despair when the world seems unaware of your journey. Instead, embrace it, cherish it, and understand that this sacred quiet is the sign of strategic growth, the signal that you are being prepared to emerge stronger, wiser, and more powerful than you have ever imagined, ready to fulfill the extraordinary purpose that Allah has written for you since eternity. Every silent hour, every unnoticed effort, Every hidden struggle is a divine investment in the life that is about to unfold, the doors that are about to open, and the blessings that are about to manifest. Trust in the process, trust in the silence, and trust in Allah, for this quiet is not absence. It is preparation, it is growth, it is power being cultivated in the sacred chamber of your soul, and it is proof that you are truly among His chosen ones, destined for impact, legacy, and divine elevation that the world cannot comprehend and no human mind can predict. Chosen one, pay close attention, because the people who have betrayed you, harmed you, judged you, or abandoned you are not random figures in your life. They are instruments of Allah's divine plan, carefully placed to test, purify, and elevate you. Every act of injustice, every harsh word, every moment of ridicule or envy you have faced has been part of a sacred process designed to strengthen your heart, sharpen your resolve, and deepen your reliance on Allah alone. Those who wronged you are mirrors reflecting the places in your soul that need fortification, patience, and understanding, and their actions, though painful, are teaching you lessons that the comforts of life never could. The chosen ones recognize that suffering caused by others is never wasted, because Allah transforms every betrayal, every injustice, and every moment of cruelty into a training ground for resilience, spiritual wisdom, and divine elevation. When the world turns against you, when friends become foes, and when trust is broken, do not allow bitterness or despair to take root, for these experiences are preparing you to rise above the ordinary, to carry the weight of extraordinary responsibilities, and to emerge stronger, wiser, and unshakable. Every person who has wronged you is part of the divine curriculum for your soul, a test of patience, faith, and character, and a reminder that true reliance must rest solely on Allah, for He is the only one whose judgment is flawless, whose timing is perfect, and whose plans cannot be thwarted. The pain inflicted by others is temporary, but the growth, insight, and spiritual refinement it produces are eternal. The chosen ones do not waste energy on revenge or resentment. Instead, they elevate themselves above human pettiness, recognizing that those who harm them are unwitting participants in a divine process that is unfolding with precision, and that every injustice endured is a prelude to immense reward, honor, and recognition that will come from Allah alone. Do not despair when your efforts are misrepresented, when your character is attacked, or when your loyalty is betrayed, because these very trials are marking you as one of Allah's special servants, refining your spirit, purifying your intentions, and preparing you to wield the blessings, influence, and wisdom that ordinary people cannot access. The chosen ones see the hand of Allah even in adversity, understanding that every test imposed through others is shaping their destiny, increasing their spiritual stature, and aligning their journey with a purpose far greater than what the world can comprehend. Those who wronged you may celebrate temporarily, but their actions are actually clearing the path for your elevation, sharpening the focus of your soul, and preparing you to step into a life of divine favor, unshakable faith, and unmatchable influence. Your patience in the face of injustice, your refusal to lower yourself to retaliation, and your unwavering trust in Allah are the signs that you are truly among the chosen, the protected, and the prepared, for what awaits you is far greater than what anyone else can imagine, and every act of betrayal or cruelty has only been a tool in Allah's hands to ready you for the unparalleled blessings, honor, and impact that are destined to manifest in your life. Embrace this truth, chosen one. Those who wronged you are not obstacles. They are divine instruments, shaping, testing, and preparing you to rise into the fullness of the purpose and power Allah has written for you, and when the time comes, your elevation will be undeniable, your victory complete, and the world will see clearly that Allah's chosen ones cannot be shaken, defeated, or overshadowed by human injustice. Chosen one, listen with every fiber of your being, because the single most powerful force you possess, the ultimate instrument through which Allah manifests His plans in your life, is your faith. Faith is not merely belief, it is trust in the unseen, reliance on the divine wisdom, and a commitment to perseverance even when every circumstance screams despair. It is the unshakable anchor in the storms of life, the quiet flame that illuminates the darkest nights, and the shield that protects your heart when the world doubts, criticizes, or abandons you. The chosen ones understand that faith is more than rituals, prayers, or outward expressions. It is the alignment of the heart with Allah's will, the surrender of ego, and the acceptance that what has been written cannot be delayed, denied, or destroyed. Every challenge, every delay, every betrayal, and every moment of pain tests your faith, not to break you, but to elevate you, to purify your heart, and to prepare you for the blessings, responsibilities, and divine favors that await beyond the veil of struggle. Faith is the unseen bridge between your current trials and the future triumphs that Allah has meticulously arranged for you. It is the light guiding you through darkness, the compass that points to your true purpose, and the hidden engine that transforms patience into power, struggle into strength, and prayer into manifestation. When doubt creeps in, when the whispers of fear or impatience tempt your heart, remember that faith is what distinguishes the ordinary from the extraordinary, the chosen from the neglected, and the victorious from those who surrender to despair. Your faith validates every tear you have shed, every silent sacrifice you have made, and every hardship you have endured. For Allah rewards what is done sincerely in His name, even when no one else witnesses it. The chosen ones know that the true power of faith lies not in visible miracles, but in the unseen transformation of the soul, the subtle fortification of character, and the invisible preparation of a destiny so magnificent that ordinary understanding cannot comprehend it. Faith is what allows you to stand firm when the world turns against you, to remain calm when storms rage around you, and to continue walking your path with unwavering conviction, even when every external signal points to impossibility. It is the key that unlocks divine doors, the foundation upon which blessings are built, and the silent force that ensures that every effort, no matter how small, is multiplied beyond measure. Those who cultivate faith in its purest form attract divine support, encounter miraculous facilitation, and are able to navigate complexities that would overwhelm those without this steadfast connection to Allah. The chosen ones do not measure success by human standards, nor do they seek approval from those around them. Their satisfaction and confidence arise from knowing that Allah is in control, that His timing is flawless, and that every trial, delay, and test is a carefully orchestrated step toward a destiny written long before they were born. Your faith is also the lens through which you perceive the world. It allows you to see lessons where others see failures, opportunities where others see obstacles, and signs of divine mercy where others see neglect. Every setback is temporary, every hardship is a passage, and every delay is a preparation, because faith transforms waiting into worship, struggle into elevation, and uncertainty into trust in Allah's perfect plan. Chosen one, the final key you must hold, polish, and never let falter is this faith, because it is the only force that can bridge the gap between trials and triumphs, between tears and blessings, and between patience and divine manifestation. When your faith is unwavering, Doors that seemed closed will open. Enemies who sought to harm you will be rendered powerless, and every prayer you utter with sincerity will be multiplied beyond measure. Faith is not a passive hope, it is an active force, a sacred responsibility, and a continuous act of submission that aligns your heart, mind, and soul with the will of Allah. It is this faith that will sustain you through the final tests, elevate you above opposition, and prepare you to receive the unimaginable blessings, honor, and purpose that Allah has written specifically for His chosen ones. The power of your destiny lies in your faith. It is the unseen engine behind every divine favor, the hidden current that propels you forward, and the eternal assurance that what Allah has promised will manifest in its perfect time. Chosen one, hold fast to your faith, nurture it with prayer, patience, and sincerity, and trust that it is the final key, the ultimate secret through which every hardship transforms into triumph. Every delay becomes preparation, and every moment of endurance leads to blessings, elevation, and divine fulfillment beyond what the mind can imagine or the heart can comprehend. Chosen one, pay close attention, because every event, every encounter, every closed door, and every subtle sign in your life is a reflection of what Allah is preparing for you, a confirmation that your breakthrough is not only inevitable, but imminent. What may feel like delay, obstacles, or detours is in reality the divine orchestration of circumstances that are aligning perfectly to bring you to the point of triumph and elevation. The chosen ones understand that nothing in the universe happens by chance, that every challenge faced, every disappointment endured, and every season of waiting is a calculated step designed by Allah to position them for the immense blessings, opportunities, and honor that are about to manifest. When people doubt you, when circumstances seem impossible, and when hope appears distant, remember that these very conditions are the signs that Allah is preparing something extraordinary, something beyond what the mind can imagine and the heart can comprehend. Every connection that strengthens unexpectedly, every lesson learned through hardship, every time the universe seems to whisper guidance, and even the trials that feel overwhelming are confirmations of the divine momentum building in your favor. The mountains of difficulty you have climbed, the valleys of sorrow you have crossed, and the storms that have tested your faith are all components of a carefully orchestrated plan that ensures when your breakthrough arrives, it will be unmistakable, undeniable, and transformative not only for your life, but for those around you. The chosen ones see the patterns that others miss. They recognize that the seemingly random events of life are actually coded messages of divine promise, signaling that every struggle has served its purpose and every moment of patience is being honored. Doors that were once closed are being unlocked behind the scenes, opportunities are being arranged in perfect timing, and the pieces of your destiny that seemed scattered are being aligned into a perfect picture that only Allah can orchestrate. Even the actions of those who opposed you, doubted you, or sought to hinder you are being used as instruments to propel you forward, to refine your strategy, and to highlight the purity of your reliance on Allah. This is the divine law of orchestration, that what appears to be setbacks are in fact setups, what seems like delay is in fact preparation, and what feels like confusion is actually a precise calibration of your life toward breakthrough and elevation. The chosen ones recognize the spiritual significance of every moment, understanding that Allah communicates through circumstances, tests, and experiences, and that the universe itself conspires to confirm the promise of divine favor. Your intuition, your insight, and the subtle signs you observe are confirmations that you are aligned with your destiny, that the timing is perfect, and that the moment of breakthrough is near. Nothing you have endured, nothing you have prayed for, and nothing you have worked toward will be wasted, because Allah's plan is perfect, comprehensive, and unwavering. The people, places, and circumstances around you are not coincidental. They are confirming, guiding, and preparing you for the very blessings that are about to unfold. Chosen one, open your heart to the signs, trust in the process, and recognize that every seemingly small detail, every whispered message, and every moment of divine alignment is evidence that the breakthrough you have longed for is coming, and it is coming with magnitude, clarity, and perfection that only Allah could orchestrate. Your patience is validated, your perseverance honored, and your faith rewarded as you approach a reality where your efforts, your struggles, and your sacrifices converge into a life of transformation, elevation, and divine fulfillment. Everything around you, the trials, the delays, the people who have tested you, and even the moments of solitude are not random occurrences. They are confirmations, signals, and heralds of the breakthrough that is not just near, but inevitable, as Allah carefully prepares to reveal your destiny in a way that will astonish the world, honor your heart, and demonstrate unmistakably that the chosen ones are always supported, always guided, and always elevated by the divine wisdom and planning of Allah, whose timing is perfect, whose sight is complete, and whose promises never fail. Every sign, every synchronicity, every subtle encouragement, and every divine nudge in your life is proof that the breakthrough is not only coming, it is already written, already prepared, and already destined to manifest with power, grace, and precision beyond human comprehension, confirming to you, chosen one, that your patience, your struggle, and your unwavering faith have positioned you perfectly for what is about to unfold in ways that will forever transform your life and elevate your soul in alignment with Allah's perfect plan. Chosen one, pay attention, because what you are experiencing right now is not ordinary. It is not a random sequence of trials, and it is certainly not punishment. It is the final, sacred test that precedes the opening of doors you have been waiting for your entire life. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, places the chosen ones through moments of extreme pressure, spiritual refinement, and emotional endurance because He knows that only those whose hearts, minds, and souls are fully prepared can carry the magnitude of blessings, responsibilities, and influence that await. This is the test that confirms the purity of your intentions, the sincerity of your worship, the steadfastness of your faith, and the resilience of your spirit. Every delay, every obstacle, every person who has opposed you, and every circumstance that has seemed overwhelming is a deliberate part of Allah's plan to elevate you above the ordinary, to separate you from what is unworthy, and to prepare you for an elevation so extraordinary that human comprehension cannot grasp it. The chosen ones understand that this is the threshold, the moment just before divine intervention manifests fully in their lives, and that it is designed to test their patience, their trust, and their ability to remain unwavering, even when the world conspires to convince them otherwise. This final test is not about strength in the superficial sense. It is about mastery of the heart, alignment of the soul, and unwavering reliance on Allah, knowing that the unseen is far more real than the seen, that divine timing is flawless, and that every trial is intentional, precise, and purposeful. In this moment, everything you have endured, everything you have sacrificed, and everything you have prayed for is converging toward a pivotal point where the barriers that once seemed immovable will collapse, the doors that seemed closed will open, and the blessings that have been promised will begin to manifest in ways so profound, so overwhelming, and so transformative that your entire life and the lives of those around you will be changed forever. This test measures your readiness for elevation, the resilience of your heart, and the alignment of your actions with divine will, because only those who pass this sacred threshold are permitted to step into the fullness of their destiny. The world may continue to challenge you, envy you, or attempt to distract you, but the chosen ones recognize that these trials are only surface distractions, reflections of a divine plan unfolding perfectly, and signals that the breakthrough is near. Every tear shed in secret, every moment of doubt overcome, every sacrifice made without recognition, and every prayer whispered from the depths of your soul has been part of a spiritual calibration, preparing you to receive a level of favor, influence, and purpose that ordinary people cannot comprehend. This is why the final test feels intense, why the pressure seems unbearable at times, and why the path seems unclear. It is the proving ground for the chosen ones, the moment that separates those who are ready to step into divine abundance from those who are not yet fully aligned. Understand this: the challenges you face now are temporary, the tests are deliberate, and the moment of opening is guaranteed by Allah, whose promise never fails. Your patience, your perseverance, your steadfast faith, and your unwavering reliance on Him are the keys to unlocking everything that has been written for you. Do not be discouraged by the intensity of this test, for it is a sign that you are exactly where you need to be, in the exact season necessary for the manifestation of what Allah has destined for you. This is the point where everything converges: the trials, the delays, the opposition, the solitude, and the inner struggle, all designed to ensure that when the doors finally open, you are prepared to carry the blessings, the responsibilities, and the honor in a way that will fulfill your purpose, glorify Allah, and leave an impact far greater than you can imagine. The final test is not a punishment, it is the ultimate preparation, the last refinement, and the confirmation that you have been chosen for greatness, that your faith has been validated, that your patience has been honored, and that your breakthrough is imminent. When this moment passes, the world as you have known it will shift, the divine plan will unfold, and you will step into a reality that reflects everything you have endured, prayed for, and believed in. Chosen one, remain steadfast, trust in Allah's timing, embrace the test with humility and courage, and know with certainty that this is the final threshold before everything opens, the culmination of your struggles, the reward for your unwavering faith, and the beginning of a new chapter of elevation, honor, and divine fulfillment that has been written for you since eternity. This is your moment, chosen one. The test is intense because what awaits you is magnificent, and your steadfastness now is the key that will unlock the extraordinary blessings, divine favor, and unparalleled purpose that Allah has destined for His chosen ones. Chosen one, now that you have journeyed through these 10 powerful lessons, take a moment to let it all sink in. Every trial you endured, every delay you faced, every person who doubted or wronged you, and every moment of silence or solitude has been part of a divine plan crafted by Allah Himself to prepare you for a greatness that is beyond imagination. You are not ordinary, you are not overlooked, and you are certainly not forgotten. Every struggle, every test, and every challenge has been the shaping of your destiny, the polishing of your soul, and the forging of your heart into a vessel capable of carrying blessings, influence, and purpose that only the chosen ones are entrusted with. Remember, your patience is your weapon, your faith is your key, and your trust in Allah is the force that will open every door that has been closed. The breakthroughs, the victories, and the elevation you have been praying for are not just coming, they are already on their way, perfectly timed by the one who never fails, never delays without purpose, and never overlooks the efforts of His chosen servants. So rise, chosen one, with confidence, courage, and conviction, For what Allah has prepared for you is greater than what you have imagined, more profound than what you have experienced, and more transformative than anything the world can offer. Step into your destiny with unwavering faith, knowing that the tests were necessary, the struggles were sacred, and the silence was strategic. This is your moment, your time to shine, your time to be elevated, and your time to fulfill the extraordinary purpose Allah has written just for you. Never forget, you are chosen, you are protected, and everything is aligning for your ultimate breakthrough. Hold fast to these lessons, carry them in your heart, and let them guide you as you walk the path of the chosen. For your story is just beginning, and the world has yet to witness the full measure of Allah's favor in your life.